We're here in central London at the IET for the launch of UK Power Networks Distribution System Operator, or the DSO. But what is that and how does it differ from the standard DNO? That's what we're here to find out. Today we heard about the plans for the DSO from UKPN CEO Basil Scarsella, as well as the implementation from a policy point of view from Jonathan Brearley, who's the CEO of Ofgem. There's an independent board involved that will oversee how the DSO is working, but we'll see in the forthcoming months how the performance really is going.
The distribution system operator uses data, technology and consumer flexibility to operate networks like the networks we are going to have with electric vehicles and heat pumps in a smarter and more efficient way.
We're in a massive transition. We're in a massive transition across the country. And that means a lot of really big stuff being built. We've talked about transmission assets, we've talked about big offshore wind farms, but the same revolution is happening locally. And we need to make sure we have an integrated plan, a decent functioning market that's going to get the best solutions, not only for what we need technically, but also what we need in our local areas, and critically, stuff that moves fast enough to make the transition that we want to make. At the heart of that are DSOs, distribution system operators, and it's great to see UK Power Networks sort of leading the way here. I have to say though, on top of that, we've talked about changing the governance so we begin to look across different forms of energy, look across regionally and work very closely with local leaders. So not only does this work in the sense of an electricity system, it works in the sense of an energy system as a whole.
UKPN have always been at the forefront of all the DNOs when they've come up with new ideas. So let's hope that we see this happening, an avalanche of all DNOs suggesting that they're going to work this way and create DSOs so that we don't have a postcode lottery.
Net zero from a UK Power Networks perspective is to make sure that the electricity distribution network is not a blocker to you and I wanting to transition to net zero, buying an electric vehicle, installing a heat pump, whatever you want to do from a domestic customer's perspective, you don't get held back because the electricity distribution network is not fit for purpose.
So what I'm really hoping the DNOs do is lean in and make sure they are developing compelling and ambitious plans in terms of their version of the DSO model. But ultimately, we all look across them nationally, we pick out the best bits, and we make sure we have a system that functions for this massive transition that we're on. That's also going to mean potentially regional system planners, so looking across the piece at different forms of energy and getting the right market frameworks in place. And all of that is in Ofgem's agenda for the next few years.
Net zero is of critical importance to the UK, and that includes UK Power Networks, of course. They're looking to set a trend here with the launch of the DSO that hopefully can be followed for the rest of the grid. But how will it change flexibility, the grid in general, electricity, and of course net zero? That's something that we're going to have to see how it unravels in the forthcoming months. Kieran Bowes, Energy Live News, London.